This conference will
Actually,
now be
these
recorded.
are the just few words that I know in Spanish right now. Hopefully, upon the next calls, I will have some more for you. Again, hello from my daughter's room today. As you can see, lots of toys around today. That's the only room which is left to me today at home. My name is Onur Kademoğlu. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing for the Six Senses Kocatas Mansions in Istanbul. I'm with the company since almost 4 years. Actually, I worked in Six Senses Kaplankaya for about 3 years. I'm sure most of you know it. It's a beautiful resort on the Aegean coast of Turkey, close to Bodrum, where we call Saint-Tropez of Turkey. So after spending 3 amazing years in Kaplankaya, I joined Six Senses Istanbul to make the opening of this beautiful urban resort in such a cosmopolitan city. Actually, it took nearly 3 years of my time to teach my partners and colleagues how to pronounce correctly Kaplankaya. And now the product's name is Six Senses Kocatas Mansions Istanbul. Good luck to me. As you see already, my colleagues also are not so much used to it. It's not Kocatas, it's Kocatas. Six Senses Kocatas Mansions in Istanbul. Now we will move into the presentation. I'll share my screen with you in the meantime. Just give me a second. I think right now you are seeing my screen, right?
Right.
Should be. Just a second. Yes, perfect. So, again, thank you very much for your time, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity during these pretty much strange times. It is so unusual way of living, working, feeling nowadays. I think that these times will not last too long. And when it is gone, whomever can adapt easily to the new way of living will have a huge advantage on feeling safer and nicer. So let's stay positive. Let's keep calm, healthy, strong, and motivated. So now let me tell you about this stunning product. Six Senses Kocatas Mansions is an amazing urban resort in Istanbul, located on the upper part of the Bosphorus. So the former mansion was owned by and also named after the Ottoman Minister of Justice, Necmettin Molla Kocatas. Who was also the owner of Kocatas water, which was a very famous pure spring water coming from the hills of our lands. The site really enjoys stunning views over the Bosphorus as it begins its last curve towards the Black Sea. Before moving on to the resort itself, I want to say a couple of words about Istanbul. That's the only city in the world which is located between 2 continents. Istanbul is literally a bridge between Europe and Asia, and it is the only city in the world which had been the capital city of 3 empires. So the Roman Empire, Byzantium, and also the Ottoman Empire. So history, culture is amazing in this city. But there are really much more to experience in Istanbul, such as nightlife, shopping, Turkish cuisine, a lot of attractions throughout the city. And it is a very cosmopolitan city. Just on the same street, you can see a church, a synagogue, and a mosque together, next to each other. You see on the streets many people from different nationalities. So Napoleon said once, that if the world was only one country, Istanbul would be its capital. So it's a really great saying. Istanbul is really such a special city. Now, our location is also very special in Istanbul. We are in Sarıyer. Where is Sarıyer? Sarıyer is on the northern part of Istanbul. It's a peaceful, natural village. It's an old fisherman's town. It is one of the greenest settings in Istanbul on the Bosphorus. Still with very easy access to the attraction places, but also to local life. So with small pedestrian streets, castles, lighthouses, historical mansions, these are all around us. Organic markets and artisanal cafes are only a couple of minutes walk away. In front of our mansion, there is a promenade where people enjoy walks and other sporting activities by the shores of the Bosphorus. So although by definition, Sarıyer, our village, is a suburban area, its connection to the city is very well established. Right now, you are seeing a map on your screen. So here, what is really important, what I want to really focus on is that we are the closest luxury hotel to the new Istanbul International Airport. There is no traffic on the way to the hotel from the airport. It is always 35 minutes. So as compared to our competitors, this is a priceless advantage. There is one thing that you cannot rely in Istanbul, and that's the traffic. It can take easily 2 hours from the airport to the city center during rush hours to reach to the most of our, let's say, competitors. So our location is unique. It is a very peaceful settings on the upper Bosphorus. Reaching to the attraction points in the city is easy by car. To the city center or the historical center of the city, Sultanahmet, it usually takes around 40 minutes by car in non-rush hours. And what we have a complimentary boat shuttle as well to Old Town every day, which is a unique advantage. And we provide this service in complimentary basis. It is both ways, and the boat transfer takes around 45 minutes. It is actually more than a boat shuttle. It is one of the most special activities that you can do in Istanbul. Along the way, you see all the historical palaces, monuments, mansions, beautiful houses, bridges, and so on. So I can say for transits or for short stays, we are a perfect choice. If guests will combine Istanbul with another city in Europe, Asia, or even Far East, we are also a perfect choice. It works quite well with Kaplankaya combination too. A few days in Istanbul with history, culture, food, shopping, nightlife, and then moving to Bodrum for an amazing resort experience with sandy beaches and one of the biggest wellness facilities in Europe. So what I want to focus here is more like, okay, you can come and stay in Istanbul for a week and enjoy everything and stay with us, all experience around the property, all the attraction points in the city. But also if it's a combined trip, Istanbul, including Istanbul, we are a perfect choice as we are close to the airport as well as all the attraction points. About the history of our hotel, now you are seeing some images showing old days and today of Sarıyer, our hotel's location. This is one of the most beautiful districts on the Bosphorus with amazing views, green nature, and it is also the heart of local life. The urban resort has really historic architectural features and artifacts from the site's 19th century. And there were a couple of fires, and the current hotel in the past, the mansions were fully devastated during those years. Now I will show you our beautiful hotel, Kocatas Mansion. We have two separate mansions, and we call them all together Six Senses Kocatas Mansions. In reality, we have Kocatas Mansion as well as Said Pasha Mansion. Kocatas Mansion and Said Pasha Mansion were built in the second half of 19th century. Kocatas Mansion is a Turkish Ottoman mansion which was built with the inspiration of European art and architecture. The influence of that time, of course. While Said Pasha mansion is a mansion with pure Turkish house layout. These are 150 years old mansions with incredible heritage, a lot of stories. The mansion was home to many historic figures, including some pioneering figures of Turkish Republic. Yeah, let me tell you quickly a very short story from the 20th century. The founding leader of Turkish Republic, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, visited Kocatas mansion on July 31st, 1930, where a special dinner was held in his honor. And before long, a crowd of Sarıyer locals gathered in front of the mansion to cheer their leader, just as he was having dinner. And Atatürk went out to the terrace to acknowledge the cheering crowd, delivering one of his most iconic quotes to date. He said that to see me does not necessarily mean to see my face. To understand my thoughts is to have seen me. This may not be the most remarkable story for everyone on this call, but believe me, for all Turkish citizens, this has so many meaning. And the nice thing is that in this place, there are so many similar stories of this kind. The mansion has been the setting for a number of old Turkish movies. And when you walk around it, it's like walking in a museum. With unbelievable heritage, many historical aspects, art pieces. Full restoration of Kocatas mansions was done by 3 successful architecture company and interior designers, and it took around 5 years. We totally saved the initial look and feel of these mansions. In these 2 mansions, we have in total 45 bedrooms. So it is a very boutique hotel, and the aim is really to provide the most personalized service in the city. Now, what you see right now on the screen is not a real photo. It's a computer-generated image. It's showing you the full project. You are seeing the whole project of Six Senses Kocatas mansions. What you see here, seaside, is what is live, what is up and running now. So what is up and running? 2 mansions, all the bedrooms, 2 exclusive courtyards, 3 food and beverage outlets, 2 massage rooms, 2 meeting rooms, Earth Lab, where we practice our sustainability initiatives, and also our organic garden. And behind, on the right hand side of this picture, whatever you see there is upcoming. These are full spa complex with pools, hammams, wet areas, event areas up to 500 people. So project is more than a city hotel. That's why we call it an urban resort. So as said, the product is up and running now, and the second phase will finish by the end of this year. Just look at this lobby. It's really like a time machine. It's taking you to the 19th century mansion life, and in some places, even the palace life with incredible artworks, antiques that we have around here. And this is the reception of the hotel. As you see, it is not a very usual look of a hotel reception. It is a very homely, warm, cozy ambience, still with many artworks around. And the bedrooms. Here, it's not exaggeration. I really believe that we simply have the best rooms in the city, with the high ceilings, quite large space, historical aspect, amazing views overlooking to the Bosphorus. full marble bathrooms, some of them with Bosphorus views. While having all historical look and feel, we still provide great technology for the comfort of our guests as well. So in all our rooms, we have the Marshall Bluetooth speakers, iPad control systems, Nespresso machines. For families and large groups, hotel has a lot to offer in terms of room product. We have many interconnecting and also outer connecting rooms. As the product is quite boutique, you may even close a floor by having just a few rooms, or even you can have a mansion buyout. In Kocatas mansion, we have 25 rooms, and in Said Pasha, we have 20. So when we think about the post-COVID-19 scenarios, having a boutique hotel and so much flexibility can be a big advantage for us as well. Our hotel is really a pioneer in unique and cutting-edge food and beverage offerings based on our philosophy, our Eat with Six Senses philosophy. This is Kahve. Kahve is our all-day coffee and tea lounge area. It's a perfect place for meetings and experiencing the soul of the hotel. It is another homely, cozy place in the hotel where we serve traditional Turkish coffee, afternoon high tea, or some amazing cocktails. Defne. Defne is the name of our restaurant. It is an old Ottoman cistern. It is renovated and converted into a restaurant. It is all-day dining restaurant of the hotel with international cuisine, with also Turkish and Ottoman touches. It has some great Bosphorus view, contemporary design, and the consultation of this restaurant is done by Mehmet Gürs, a very famous Swedish-Turkish executive chef. Now what you see on the screen are some images from Toro. What is Toro? Toro is our Latin gastro bar by the famous Mexican chef Richard Sandoval. Richard has restaurants all over the world, including United States, South America, Japan, and Toro is a fusion of South American and Asian cuisines. The new really eclectic spot in the town to try tapas and immerse in the culinary diversity offered in this colorful restaurant. And Richard is really a genius guy. The cocktails that he's serving in this place, the food presentations are really, it's like art. In terms of spa and wellness, today we have 2 massage rooms where we provide Six Senses signature body treatments, massages, facials, and so on. We also currently have a beautiful gym, some nice walking routes within the premises. At the second phase, I mean end of this year, we will bring the wellness into another level with 1,500 square meters of a Six Senses spa, amazing indoor and outdoor facilities, some swimming pools, Turkish hammams in this forest, which is right behind the property. Meetings and events in this place is really special because hotel has great meeting facilities, some indoor meeting rooms, large courtyards, very different and authentic function rooms, and outdoor areas for either small gatherings or executive level of meetings, workshops, and even weddings. The one on the top left-hand side is our Earth Lab, where we, provide provide the implementation of all these sustainability practices of six senses. We do with our guests, we do some organic, cosmetics. We do lip balm. We do amazing, some magic happening out there. And in terms of experiences also, we are really somewhere else as compared to most of the properties, most of our competitors in Istanbul, because the hotel delivers some really authentic and unique experiences. Tasteful Bosphorus is one of them. It is a street food experience that we provide on the boat. Additionally, we do exclusive boat trips, historical excursions, organic market visits. As said, we have 3 organic markets just in the walking distance. So with our chef, you can go to the market, have some shopping, come back to the hotel, do kind of cooking class together. We can do some visits of museums, some historical mansions. There are some lighthouses, castles around the property. There are some farms that you can visit. Belgrade Forest, which is the biggest forest of Istanbul, is only 10 minutes drive from the hotel. So the best hiking, biking routes in the city are just in front of the hotel. Fishing activities, food and beverage workshops, and even swimming. Yes, even swimming in the Black Sea is an experience that we can provide. Of course, in the summer months. In Istanbul, we are the closest hotel to the Black Sea, and there are some beautiful sandy beaches along the Black Sea part closer to Istanbul. It takes around maybe 35-40 minutes, yeah, maximum 40 minutes, and you're in a beautiful beach. Or we can take you by boat to this place, which is already an amazing experience. Before I start to answer your questions, I want to briefly summarize our unique selling points. So I would first say location, being on the Bosphorus and being one of the most green, natural, peaceful, local area in Istanbul, and with still great access to the attraction points. You are staying in a spacious room or a suite with very high ceilings, amazing views in a historical mansion from the 19th century. And being the only urban resort in such a cosmopolitan city is very special. There is a forest behind the hotel, hiking, biking, running, in and outdoor activities are available. Upcoming facilities at the phase 2 will bring the spa, of course, into a different level. Another unique selling point is the variety in high quality food and beverage offerings, with 2 restaurants by celebrity chefs showcasing local and international cuisine. We have complimentary daily boat shuttle to the Old Town. We are the only one who provides that. And as said, it's, to me, not a transfer. It's an experience because it takes 45 minutes and you see most of the beautiful monuments, palaces, historical places along the way going to the Old Town Sultanahmet. Usually, if you join an excursion, if you join a Bosphorus tour in Istanbul, it's between 2 bridges and it takes maybe around 25-30 minutes in a slow pace. This is nearly, I would say, maybe 20% of the routes that you are taking from the hotel to the Old Town. So it's really something very special that you see much more than you can do in a typical Bosphorus cruise. And as said, there are some unique experiences in the hotel, like the cruises, farm visits, local market and historical excursions, food and beverage workshops, fishing, swimming, and all kinds of sports activities. Yeah, actually, this is all that I wanted to mention about this new beautiful urban resort in Istanbul. As usual, the words are not enough, and I definitely suggest you to come and see this beauty when this coronavirus limitations are over. Thank you, Alberto, Irene, Beatrice, for giving me the opportunity. And of course, thank you for all taking time and listening. Now I'm ready to answer any questions you may have. Just in the meantime, let me try to open my camera as well.
Well, thank you so much, Onur, from our side as well. As I mentioned before, it's a pleasure for us to have this presentation directly from your side. And I think it has been a lot of information for everyone. If anybody has a question, please write or ask directly to Onur, who will be happy to answer to you.
With pleasure, yes. Actually, there is a chat. I don't know if there are already questions here. But in the meantime, yeah, please ask me any questions you have.
There is one question from Tatiana here. Wait, she said, very beautiful location and property as always. Wait a minute. I'm not sure if you said it already, but how many rooms does the hotel have? And do the baths have separate shower too, or just bathtub?
Great question. In total, we have 45 bedrooms. In one of our mansions, Kocatas mansion, we have 25 rooms. And in the other mansion, we have 20 rooms. And in most of our rooms, we have a bathtub and shower together. In some of our rooms, we have only shower. As you may guess, as it is still a first degree historical monuments, we didn't change, we nearly changed nothing. It's 100% original, especially the Kocatas mansion. A very special story for me again. The first site inspection of the hotel was a lady who is now 95 years old, who is the PR guru of Turkey, Betül Mardin. And she had her childhood in this place, in Kocatas mansions. And when she saw the property, for all of us, it was a very emotional site inspection. She started to cry because she said that it's exactly the same. And what she said to us, it's a little bit smaller, she said. Then we've realized that at that time she was really small. Everything was too big for her. But really, this is showing us that we really saved 100% the originality, the architecture of this building.
Thank you for replying, Onur. Espero que te haya servido la respuesta, Tatiana. Let's check some more questions here. Sorry, but the chat keeps on moving, so. Yeah, that was a question from Maria Joao from Portugal. She's asking, Onur, 3 persons in same room, the third person sleeps in a sofa bed?
Again, changes according to the room type. In our deluxe rooms, the third person can stay on the sofa. As of the suites, we can easily put another extra bed into the room. So the rooms are really large. We can even put 2 extra beds, but we don't really prefer to make it. So yes, 3 easy. Even for our suites, 4 packs staying in a room, not a big deal. The good thing is the connecting options. As I also mentioned during the presentation, we are very lucky in this sense, as it was a home previously. There are some interconnecting and outer connecting options. You can just close a door in a floor of Said Pasha, and you can suddenly have 7 rooms connected to each other. So for a large group, it can be a great option. Or another floor of Kocatas mentions, we have 4 rooms. For a large family, that can be a perfect option as well, having their own floor.
Great. Thank you so much, Onur. Let me continue with the questions. Francisco is asking, what rooms have Bosphorus views?
Apart from the deluxe rooms, as of the second room category, we have the Bosphorus view. So I would say a couple of suites, also a special category suites, do not have it. Out of 45 rooms, 23 of them are looking to the Bosphorus, and the remaining rooms are looking to the courtyards. But when I'm saying the courtyard, that's still a great view, because I have not been to Rome. Sorry, I've been to Rome, but I've not been to the hotel that people are telling, Hotel de Russie. I don't know if anyone here have been to it. People coming to the hotel for site inspections are always finding it very similar, our courtyard, to the courtyards of Hotel de Russie. So looking to such a courtyard, it's already an experience. So already we have some guests preferring to have the courtyard view to the Bosphorus. But my preference,
la conferencia tú ahora, ¿no?
Thank
sorry,
you so
I couldn't
much.
hear.
I think that was mistakenly.
Okay, sure.
It's fine. I don't know if you finished replying that.
Yeah, I was just saying that my preference still would be Bosphorus view, as you are staying in Istanbul, and it's really, you're like on the Bosphorus. It's just in front of us, so it's really amazing.
Okay, great. We will do like 1-2 more questions, if that's okay for you, and for the rest, if there are any missing, we will reply separately. Okay. So one of them was from Bibi. She was asking if there are any adapted rooms, and she's referring to architecture. I think maybe you have replied to that, but I'm not sure if you want to add anything.
It's kind of disabled room or any connection room. I couldn't get exactly. If it's connection, yes, we have many options: interconnecting and outer connection. Disabled room, handicapped room, we have one as well, having some nice views. Yeah, we have one.
Okay.
No se te oye.
Thank you so much. There is another question from Jorge Cortes. He's asking, regarding the shuttle boat service, how many times operates per day, and first and last schedule?
Great question as well. Thank you for asking. We have both ways, once in a day. Actually, it's leaving 9:30 from the hotel to the old town, and at 5 o'clock from the old town, from Sultanahmet back to the hotel right now. In the future, when we have more guests coming in, we were not unfortunately lucky with the opening, as you may imagine. We've opened the hotel just a couple of months of warming up, and then we had this. Now the hotel is closed for a couple of months. It seems that we are planning to open it in June, latest in July, but who knows? We all know that it's a bit, we have uncertainty right now. But yes, when we have more guests, we are planning to increase the frequency of these boat shuttles. Right now we have one complimentary every day, but if you want to have during the day another exclusive private shuttle, we can obviously provide that.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. And let's go for the last one, if that's okay for you. Fatima Carriles is asking, sorry. Let me see. Yeah, would you please go over room categories? Do all of them have Bósforo views? I think you have replied part of that.
Yeah, we have unexpectedly for 45 rooms having 9 different categories, a bit unusual, but with the reason that I mentioned, as we couldn't change a lot on the property, we have many different options in terms of rooms. Half of them have Bosphorus view, the other half not having a view. The average size of the standard room is 40-45 square meters, so quite spacious for a city hotel. We have many suites, many different room types. For example, Kocatas Mansion Suite is the one which is bigger with 130 square meters and amazing views, some more authentic local touches. In the meantime, we have a category called Cistern Suite. In the suite, we have a kind of old cistern, basically. It's like a hammam. It's amazing. It's a beautiful room. But what I like the most in the hotel are the rooms that we have, we are calling Bosphorus Junior Suites. So even for maybe a couple of first bookings that you will do, I can assure you that if availability permits, I will try to make an upgrade to the Bosphorus Junior Suites. These are the rooms with 5 meters of ceiling height, amazing view, some of them with a balcony, some of them 2 angles looking to the Bosphorus. So these are some really beautiful rooms in the city.
Thank you so much for that reply. I can see there are some other questions, but for the rest of them, if, as I mentioned, we will reply separately. So just wanted to say again, thank you to everyone. And I think Onur has prepared some surprise for you, for the ones that are still there listening.
Yes, absolutely.
Just one moment, I will translate again. Para todos los que estéis conectados, gracias de nuevo. Las preguntas que no hayan sido las iremos respondiendo más adelante en privado. Y bueno, que sepáis que Onur tiene una pequeña sorpresa al final de este webinar para todos vosotros. Onur, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, as I told you also during the presentation, it's really important to see it. So I prefer that everyone comes and see as soon as possible. So and as long as we have the opportunity, I will do my best, obviously, for you to stay with us. But right now in this presentation, at least I wanted to give you a small prize, a 2-night stay in my most preferred recommended room type, the Bosphorus Junior Suites, and including the boat shuttle, including the transfer to the airport as well, and including the meals as well. It's an off-board basis. So how we will do that, I believe maybe we have a number of people quite, I believe, Iran, how many people we had on the call. Maybe I can tell you a number so you pick up there how we should do that.
It's a good idea, and I think that's how we would like to do it too. We have a big list of people who initially signed in for this webinar, and we really appreciate it. At the moment, I'm not sure if everyone is connected, but we would like to maybe focus on that list. So I will ask you to tell me a number from 1 to 107. Okay? Because
wow.
a huge number.
Yeah.
So you can
numbers, Mr. Onur.
Yeah, no pressure. I think then what I will say is I'm presenting Istanbul, the car plate number of Istanbul is 34. So let's pick 34. 34
or 24, sorry?
34, 34.
34. Okay. let me go through it. And let's see, number 34 is Luisa Miranda from Top Atlántico, Portugal.
Muy bien, enhorabuena. Congratulations, Luisa.
Here
Luisa,
or not?
you're online. Can you hear us? Luisa?
Turn on the micro. Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
¡Oh,
Okay.
Luisa! Congratulations. Felicidades.
Gracias. Gracias. Well, when we can travel to Istanbul, I'm glad to meet the property. I'm sure it will be a great opportunity to meet another part of the city. I love Istanbul, and I'm sure the hotel will be over my expectations from what I just saw. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Enhorabuena. Thank you, Luisa.
Gracias.
Great. So I don't know if you want to add anything else, Onur?
No, again, it was such a pleasure in these very interesting, unusual days. Thank you really for joining. And I truly believe that I cannot assure or it's just a prediction, but this will not last too long. And what I'm thinking, people sometimes are saying survival of the fittest, etc. I don't believe in that, because you can be the strongest, you can be the wealthiest, richest, but still you may not survive in these things. But if you are adaptable, I believe that's the most important thing. So the way of living maybe will a little bit change, but very soon we will start to go out. We will start to drink and enjoy and travel. So very soon, I believe. I'm very optimistic. And thank you so much for joining, for taking the time.
Thank you, Nur. Bueno, muchísimas gracias a todos una vez más por la asistencia y participación. Recordaros solamente que el jueves que viene, lo recibiréis a partir de mañana, tendremos la oportunidad de descubrir Six Senses Kaplankaya y estará nuestra compañera Aise encantada también de compartir un ratito con todos vosotros. Así que tengáis un feliz día de San Jordi una vez más y nada, nos vemos prontito. Thank you, Nur.
Muy bien. Muchas gracias, Irene y Alberto.
Gracias.
Muchas
Gracias.
Gracias a todos.
Un abrazo.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Adiós.
Thank you.
Un abrazo fuerte, cuidaros, chicos. Hasta luego.
Gracias.
Un abrazo.
Adiós.
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 Adiós, Irene.
Adiós.
Chao, chao.
Adiós, Alberto.
Adiós, buenos días a todos.